Hey YouTube, Logan with Hideaway Homestead here, coming to you today with a video here on my little rabbit tractor and the litter of 10 bunnies. I put them in here just a few minutes ago and figured I'd make a video about this. If you'll notice on the rabbit tractor, I've added a feeder, and the reason being is that this rabbit tractor is not really big enough for 10 rabbits. And let me explain why. As far as square footage of what I would keep them in cages, it's fine for 12, or not 12, but 10 bunnies, and it would work for that. But considering that they're on the ground here and I'm wanting them to graze, I think it is really important to make sure that they've got enough to graze for each rabbit, and they tend to eat every single bit of grass before they'll even touch the food. So this is going to be a little bit of what would be called overgrazing, but I'm hoping that by putting in the feed in here that they'll eat that and fertilize the ground, and it'll come back lusher than it was. If you'll notice in the rabbit tractor, I didn't talk about this the last time, but the slats, the space that I have in between the slats is about 2 inches, and I think anywhere from maybe 2 inches to maybe 2.5 is the perfect width for the rabbits. It leaves plenty of area for them to graze, and you don't have to worry about them digging out. But anyway, what I'm going to do when I start rabbit tractoring over on the property and really start trying to like manage a pasture with grazers is I'm going to make my pens a lot bigger than this. With this little pen right here, we could do it and not give them any feed probably, but we would need to move this probably like 4 times a day. And I don't know if moving it 4 times a day makes it worth the effort of keeping rabbits in rabbit tractors. Could be wrong. If you were doing it full time and it was like a farming business and you were selling, meat rabbits, you could probably make a good profit off of it, finishing your rabbits on grass. But these little guys right here are probably going to get moved twice a day, and just because of the manure load, I don't want them in here on grass that's got a lot of manure, and we want to try to be easy on the grass. If you've ever looked into any holistic management or mob grazing techniques like from Alan Savory or Joel Salatin, there's tons of people like that that have experimented with mob grazing and have shown amazing results with cattle. Rabbits are going to be a little bit different, but I've seen people do rabbits too. And when you start managing grass in a healthy way, it just gets better and better. And that's another reason that I'm putting the pellets in here, is because we want to get the nutrients that the rabbits need, all the minerals and stuff, make sure that they've got everything they need to be healthy in the cycle. So that feed has those minerals, and once they poop them out, it's going to put it in that cycle. I've mentioned that several times in my videos. So you could, if you had this bigger and you didn't want to give any pellets, you could just do something like this and put in some mineral block in that and let them graze until your pasture is sufficient enough that it will sustain their basic needs as far as minerals and nutrients that they need to grow, produce bone, etc., etc. Anyway, to not rattle on about that for several minutes, what I would do next time when I build one of these, or when I build them for the actual production, is I'm probably going to go with something fairly large, like an 8x8 tractor, 2 foot tall. And that's really big, but it will hold up to the biggest litter of what I could have of my rabbits, and they'll have plenty to graze on. This right here, like I said, it would be moving probably 4 times a day if you really wanted to graze this many rabbits, if not more. It could be more. You just have to kind of look at it and figure out how much it is that they're eating and how often you need to refresh that pasture, and 2, just to keep up sanitation. Another note, I've mentioned it several times in the videos, but I want to make sure I stress it in every video. I'm not advocating putting the adult breeding rabbits on the ground, because I know there is problems with parasite loads. I think there's people that are doing some grazing like this with breeding rabbits. You know, I don't know a whole lot about it, so I won't try to criticize anybody who's doing that or say that they're not able to do it and keep their rabbits healthy and keep them without parasites. I'm just used to keeping them in cages and only doing the grow outs here. I've never had problems with doing my grow outs on the ground. They all seem very healthy. Their poop looks right, and I've never been cleaning one that was on the ground and go, oh gross, what's that? Never had any problems with the meat. All excellent, healthy, clean rabbits. So just putting that out as a disclaimer. This is all for my grow outs, and this is probably how I'm going to do it for the rest of the time, because we don't have green pastures all year round. We have to put up hay, or I'll put up tree hay when we finally do get off of pellets, and I'll have my rabbits in cages just because it'll be so much easier to have those tree leaves hanging up and drying, and just have them in there where the cages are and take that to the rabbits, rather than having to move them around in the winter and not really getting any benefit out of it. But anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. There's a lot to discuss about this topic and about the rabbit tractors, about the nutrient cycles and managing pastures. I don't have a whole lot of experience with managing like a true pasture this way. I have noticed that when I've put a rabbit tractor on an area and then moved it and come back after several weeks, the grass is far lusher and greener and healthier looking, so it does work. And anyway, we'll end the video there. If you've got any questions, comments, stuff to add, leave it down there in the comment section. Leave a like on this video if it was helpful or if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel for more stuff like this. I drop a video every day, and I appreciate all y'all watching, and we'll see you in the next one.